Let's now bring in Ron Vitiello, retired director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement and a former U.S. Border Patrol chief. Ron, welcome back to the show. As Xavier was just laying out, Democratic leaders said they have spent months preparing for another Trump administration. Several of them are just saying, thanks but no thanks to mass deportations. How's that going to go for them, Ron?
I hope it doesn't go well for them. I hope that the Justice Department engages with cities like Los Angeles, the mayor of Denver, which I think was in the first segment, about sanctuary cities. What are they doing? Who are they protecting? Who are these mayors and governors of these blue states? Who are they protecting? They're protecting people who chose to come to the country illegally for whatever reason. Then they got arrested in local cities and towns for a crime they committed against the citizens in that city and town. And so in comparing the protests against deportation actions for people who are criminals to Tiananmen Square is an insult to freedom fighters in China. It's an insult to the men and women of ICE and the frontline Border Patrol agents who took an oath to protect this country. It is still against the law to be president in the United States after entering illegal and not being inspected by an immigration officer. So I'm hopeful that we're in a situation where these cities find out that they're going down the wrong path. But if they don't, I hope the Justice Department engages and lets them understand that immigration law is national and it's federal and has primacy over what state and local jurisdictions do.
And Ron, is it also an insult to residents in these cities? I mean, Donald Trump just won the election for two reasons, right? It was economy, and then not far behind it was immigration. So why would these Democratic leaders push back on this in such a way when that's what the American people just came forward and voted for?
It's a very destructive attitude. I agree with you. Let's ask Lake and Riley's parents, those poor people who just had to sit through a trial of a Venezuelan national who was not supposed to be in the country, was not invited here, was released by our own authorities. Let's ask the people of Atlanta if they want more criminal aliens amongst their citizens. Let's ask her parents whether they want more illegal aliens to be sanctuaried by cities and towns in America. It's just not right. It's destructive for the people who live in those communities, and those mayors and those governors that have taken an oath to uphold their state's constitution and the U.S. Constitution. They ought to be ashamed of themselves that they're harboring people who are in the country illegally and then go on to commit other crimes. It's ridiculous.
Well, we know that Trump says he will defund any city or state that resists those mass deportation plans. So we'll see if they bend to that pressure in any way, shape, or form. Ron Vitiello, always appreciate your time. Have a great weekend, sir. And happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.